Mike, who do you think is going to win the big prize? Who's winning Best Picture?
Oof. Man, this is hard because I mean, I badly personally, if I were to choose a fan favorite, I'd probably go
Mhm.
with Mank just because how
Yeah.
like well-rounded it is. But I'd say probably the biggest, probably one of the more like daring, um, creative films that I think could win Best Picture. It's probably Sound of Metal because it's very, to me, I think that um, just like we were saying, I thought that between the sound design, especially having having them try to convey, because I know it has a nomination for sound as well.
Oh yeah.
The sound of what someone hears when they're like nearly deaf, and and when they have cochlear implants. And I just thought that was really cool, and just kind of the whole journey of Riz Ahmed's character. I feel like it's an interesting and different story that I haven't seen before overall. So I think I'm gonna have to go with Sound of Metal.
Oh yeah, Mike. Oh yeah. First, let me ask, do you have a letterbox?
I do. I haven't used it in a while. I just re-downloaded it just because I mean I haven't written any reviews for any of the movies I watched, but it
Mhm.
kind of put me in the mood to like start reviewing movies again.
Yeah.
Um,
Well, definitely follow me as I hopped on that. Every single time I watch a movie, I automatically review it.
yeah.
Fun fact, the latest movie I reviewed was Cocktail 1988 with Tom
Hmm.
Cruise, and it was really bad. I gave it one and a
Oh.
half star. It's actually one of the worst movies I've ever seen, believe it or not.
Oh
But
man.
anyways, if you don't mind, may I read my letterbox for Sound of Metal? Which I
Go for
gave
it.
it,
Yeah.
which I gave it a 5. This is my point. Sound of Metal. Obviously, these 9 movies, other 8 movies are fantastic. I enjoyed every single one of them, except well, the father was depressing as hell and long.
Yeah.
But
No, I totally agree with you.
but
I was
besides
watching it,
that,
I was like,
but
I was like, it's
besides
too much.
that, I genuinely enjoyed Black Judas and Black Messiah a lot.
Mhm.
Mank was awesome for the cinephile in me. Minari was very heartfelt. Nomadland, I actually think would they have a great chance for critics to choose because again, it's
Yeah.
just such a well crafted film. Promising Young Woman was very funny, but also had a great message, and I think it made a lot of men reevaluate to make sure they know not to, you know, always be a gentleman. I think that's what I got out of Promised Young Woman. Always be a gentleman.
Yeah.
And then Chicago 7. I love Aaron Sorkin. I love that cast. And that movie was fun as hell because I'm a big history buff as well. But Sound of Metal was a profound experience watching that movie. And just hear my very quick review. I said exactly in Sound of Metal, and follow me on Letterbox mbrown3212. 5 stars. I don't give a lot of 5 stars. I wrote down when I give 5 when I do my letterbox when you do the letterbox rating system, I put a 5 star movie. I say it's amazing and it'll be a classic. I think this is the case here. And what I said exactly. And Mike followed me. Thanks, Mike. Anyways, I said when we could combine cinematic achievements with amazing excuse me. So the Sound of Metal, my review, I said when we can combine cinematic achievements with amazing storytelling, it really can make an emotional impact for you as a viewer. And I said Darius Martyr's Sound of Metal was able to absolutely pull this off. It has been a very, very, very long time since a film moved me so emotionally, so wholesomely, and it is one of the best examples of how powerful storytelling in an art form can be. And it simply is as powerful as what movies can do. I said this was accomplished from one of the most remarkable performances I've seen from Riz Ahmed and Paul Raci, a heartfelt screenplay from Darius and Abraham Martyr, incredible direction by Martyr again, Darius Martyr, and just incredible post-production work, as you mentioned, this groundbreaking sound design and editing, and bringing us into a world that not a lot of people are familiar with. An amazing representation of the deaf community who aren't different from anyone else. And this amazing film proves that in a legitimate and wholesome way, with no cliches, that you can have a heartfelt performances in film. and one of the most impactful films I have seen in a long time. As I noticed my typo in there, which I'll fix shortly. But yeah, I wrote that in January, and like I said, very moved film, very
Yeah.
entertaining, very difficult to watch at some points, but I think it's a movie
Yeah.
that we should, especially in a world where we let so many first world problems and dumb inconveniences get in front of us. I think a movie seeing characters who have different challenges and arguably more humbling ones that people should really be aware of. I think this
Yeah.
is a great movie to show that. And
Exactly.
I think this is the Sound of Metal is when movies hit, when the planets align is when a movie like Sound of Metal comes. I don't think it'll win Best Picture. I've heard a lot of critics saying this definitely should be, but because of how the Academy is set up, it probably won't be. But this
Yeah.
movie just, it's like, there's like the points when you took MCU movies seriously, like, hey, a comic book movie can show how great films can be and entertain us and still have an emotional impact
Yeah.
in that fantasy world of superheroes. I think in different ways, Sound of Metal does that for having us understand how powerful a movie is for characters we don't normally interact with. So
Yeah.
it's going to be great. And I think it should win. And I hope we can celebrate it in a few days from now. Mike.